So let's separate those two things. At no time did I indicate to former business partner any status or any identity respecting federal contracts, because I was not involved in any federal contracts while I was in business, because that would have been inappropriate. Mr. Anderson should never have claimed that on the particular contract application, and no contract was awarded. And Wallace, I really appreciate you asking me the question about my family and my history. I've been reflecting on this a lot over the past days, and I was adopted into an Indigenous family. And I have never claimed Indigenous status. I joined Indigenous Caucus because I was representing many Indigenous people in our community and many Indigenous Albertans, and I felt it was very important to be an ally to Indigenous peoples in our city and in our province. I sought out advice to know how to talk about my family when I was running, and I want to say unequivocally that I apologize for not being as clear about my family history as I could have been with everything that I know now. And I apologize unequivocally, and I'll end it there.
Just as a follow-up, you mentioned how do you justify allowing yourself to that space, which defines itself as a
So at the time, and look, if you, I would refer you to Jaime Baptiste, who's very clear that Indigenous Caucus is open to Indigenous MPs and allies. And it was in that spirit of allyship that I attended Indigenous Caucus throughout my first mandate. It has not been possible for me to attend since I've been a minister, but I remain a staunch ally and advocate for Indigenous peoples. I mean, Amarjeet and I worked very hard to make sure that we got the Boyle Street, the King Thunderbird Center delivered to our community. I will continue to be an ally for Indigenous peoples. And Wallace, I'll say it again, I apologize that I wasn't as clear as I could have been about who I am and my family's history, and I apologize for that today. Hi, Lisa.
You say that you never claimed to be Indigenous. Why did you refer to the first years in press and within the Indigenous Caucus? And why did you correct them?
So I did correct the party. I asked them to change that. They did change it, and I mean, this is a constant, it was a constant back and forth with the party. I did ask them to change it. I did see them change it. I never asked the party to refer to me as an Indigenous person. I never clicked any box in any form with the Liberal Party of that. I have never put Indigenous claim to any contract or any application in my entire life.
When exactly?
As soon as I realized that I was on that list, we called the party and said, look, that's inappropriate. Please take me off the list. I mean, I'm part of an Indigenous family, but I never claimed Indigenous status myself, and I was clear with the party at the time.
Just speaking of Mr. Baptiste,
Sure.
having this public conversation, do you see a harm in people who falsely claim Indigenous identity?
Absolutely. And I think that should not happen. That's why I never did it. And I'm learning about my family in real time. I'm learning about my family lore, and I take my responsibility as an MP and a minister very seriously. And that means representing people. And the reason that the reason I sought out a way to refer to myself when I was running was so that I could do so in a sensitive and respectful manner. And I apologize if that particular way of referring to myself, I apologize that it was inaccurate, and I'm learning more things about my family and my history. And look, I'm going to continue this journey, and I will share this journey with Canadians as I continue down that path. So I'm not a member of the Indigenous Caucus now, so there's nothing to quit.
When did you quit the Indigenous Caucus?
So that it's not a join or quit. You attend meetings as you're able to. And so I was a regular member from 2015 to 2019. I lost an election, and then I came back in 2021 and was named minister. And so I haven't been a regular member of Indigenous Caucus since I've been minister. Hi, Jackie.
Can you clarify statements you made to Parliament about your adopted great-grandmother, Lucy Plenet? You have at multiple times said she was a full-blooded Cree woman. Do you stand by that statement, or has your understanding of her heritage changed?
So this was my understanding of my great-grandmother Lucy Brennies growing up. It's like, Jackie, you could think about it like family lore, and I am learning about my family's heritage in real time, and so I apologize if I haven't been clear, and I could have been clearer about my family's heritage, but I'm learning a lot more about that heritage, and so I'll be very clear about how I refer to my family and myself moving forward.